Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to some Make and Break. I am here today to do a little bit of trees and fruits and swampland, and I don't know. I was feeling kind of weird today. I was feeling like I wanted to do something that was very aesthetic. I wanted to do a bunch of little things so I could kind of test my skills. I've been thinking a lot about what comes next as far as 3D modeling. Last week and this week, I sort of felt content. I kind of felt like, hey, I'm doing all right. And, in the spirit of this channel, I've never wanted to feel all right. I want to push. I want to push and push and push and grow and grow and grow. And so I'm thinking about what comes next. And so I think today is going to just be a little effort to try and see how good we can do this. I don't think it's gonna be great. I'm not saying I'm the best 3D artist or anything like that, but like I don't know. Today is just an effort to see what will happen, how we can do. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it from there, and we're gonna see how far we can get into this thing, and we'll see. And then next week, maybe we'll do something strange. I don't know. I'll have to see if the program that I'm working on will stream well. But yeah, I have an idea for next week. So, all that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and throw on a little bit more music, and we're going to go ahead and just dig right into this. So let's go ahead and just put on a little bit of this. There we go. All right. So I'm not sure if I want to share the program that I'm going to be using next week. It's a pretty common program. Everybody knows about it. It's not a surprise or anything. But it'll be a big shift for me, something I've never used before. So I'm debating it. There we go. Oh, also, I keep forgetting to do this. I wish I could set this up to automatically start every time I use Blender. But for whatever reason, it won't automatically show this. Why? I don't know. Like, if I save that in my startup file, it still doesn't start? You think if you save your startup file, it should just, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn my music down just a little bit. Hopefully it's good on your end. I re-EQ'd my music, by the way, so hopefully the music sounds a little bit better. I was listening back to some of the audio, and the audio doesn't sound nearly as good as it does on my computer as it does on stream. And I think that's because I clip the EQ on OBS. So I went to OBS and tried to re-EQ it. So hopefully it sounds nice. Okay, so how's everybody in chat doing? How are you all doing? How's life treating you? Everybody good? Okay, let's go ahead and save that fruit for now, and we'll call this tree reference. Just ref. Ref is fine. Okay, so we got to make ourselves a big old nice tree. So we're not necessarily making a mangrove. This is a mangrove tree. Not necessarily making a mangrove, but similar. It's fantasy, right? I also just realized I didn't fill up my water. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to go grab water right at the beginning here. There we go. There's the water. Okay, we're back. All right, let's make a tree. So, for the most part, I think this tree needs to be sculpted. So I'm going to sculpt most of this tree, but in the meantime, I'm just going to make it some primitives. Hey, what's up, Junie? Junie, how you doing? All right, let's go ahead and throw on a couple multi-res. Oh, and Saf's here too. The gang's all here, folks. Alright, so let's make ourselves a little bit of a tree here. So I just want to start with some really primitive shapes. So let's pop that on down like that. Everyone's here. Everyone's hanging out. All right, let's do that all the way on up. How's everybody doing today? How are y'all doing? Everybody staying good? That might be way too big. That's way too big. I'm not going for a big giant tree. So sleepy, just woke up from a nap. Nothing wrong with that. Wish that were me. There we go. We'll say that is probably a good little size for the tree there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be our tree. And it's got its multi-res turned on. Everyone's sleepy today. It is a sleepy day. Let's unsubdivide. Okay, we can't. So instead, I'm going to add a subdivision surface of 2. And it does dip this part down into the water a little bit. So I'm going to do like that. How am I? I'm good. I'm thinking a lot about the next stuff. Like what comes next and all that. I've been really thinking a lot. Okay, so I guess I should just say this. Because, I don't know, my spirit has always been being very honest. But I was kind of having, like, a lot of conversations myself last night. You know, right before I was going to bed. I was like, what am I doing streaming? I was thinking a lot about streaming and what the point of streaming is. And I think the thing that I came to, the answer that I came to is, I like streaming a lot. It's really good. It's really positive for me. But I think it's time to switch up the rhythms of streaming. So I think it's time to try and stream some more stuff. Try and work on some new stuff. I started this channel as a way to practice Blender from day one. I stream myself when I didn't know anything. I stream myself like just being like a total dummy and just learning how to do Blender. And I think I want to start working on other things. So I'm going to start practicing some new stuff, hopefully, on the channel. I'm not going to make any promises because I keep making promises and I have trouble keeping them. So I'm not going to be too specific in what I'm doing yet. But I think it's time just to start making stuff. Right? We're an artistic channel. We've always made art. Why not? Let's go for it. So I think I'm going to try and do some new stuff on stream as soon as possible. What that means, I'm not sure yet. Also, these guys, I'm looking at this. Let's get rid of those planes. The reality of the situation is, as far as streaming is concerned, I really enjoy streaming because it's been a really good method to interact with people in a way that I'm kind of bad at. Like, you know, you don't like to talk trash about yourself. I mean, maybe some people do, but I don't like talking trash about myself. But I'm pretty bad at, like, socializing. I'm pretty bad at, like, hanging out with people and just, like, being a person. You know, having human emotions and whatnot. So stream has been a really good way to, like, satisfy the social part of my brain. And I don't want to lose that. I have no reason to lose that. It's very nice. It's been really good. So we're going to try our best to keep all that going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some little Bobby guys here. We all know Bobby. He's your uncle. Okay, there we go. Again, I'm not making any huge promises because I don't want to be that guy that keeps saying like, ooh, new stuff, new stuff, new stuff, and never does it. All I'm saying right now is my eye is on new stuff. My brain wants to do some new stuff. What it is yet, I don't know. Can't be sure yet. There we go. That's a pretty good looking little setup there. My only problem with it is it dips way below the object line here. So I'm going to take you and bin you up. I'm going to take you and bin you way, way up like that. I'm going to take you and bin you slightly up, and then we can just take it easy here. Just like that. All right. On a separate, almost sort of selfish note, I've put a lot of energy into stream just for fun, just to make myself feel comfortable and feel like I have a level of professionalism here. And it'd be a real shame to lose all of this effort that I've put. So that's another part that's keeping me streaming and all that. Not that you need a second reason, but just talking about my process and what I'm doing and all that. So I don't know, just thinking about all sorts of stuff. Just been having kind of a real long think about what's going on and what life is. You're proud of me? What are you proud of me for? What does that mean? There we go. That's going to be our little guy right there. Sticking to it, of course. I mean, there's nothing to lose. There's really nothing to lose from streaming. I mean, at the worst, you embarrass yourself, and I've been doing that my whole life. You know, anybody comes into the stream and thinks like, whoa, this is cringe, or this guy's terrible, or, you know, I don't agree with this guy, or anything like that. It's like, okay. What's the worst thing that's going to happen, right? I quote unquote get famous one day. This is parentheses, big parentheses. Let's say one day I get famous. I get, you know, I do it. Something happens. I write a book and the book takes off, or I make a game and everybody likes the game, or I don't know, something happens, right? And people come back and look at this. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to be like, yeah, I was just kind of experimenting. Are you mad about that? Can't be mad about that. I can't be mad about that. I mean, that's the most awkward thing that could happen is somebody like goes back and watches my old streams and says like, wow, that was really weird. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, it was. I was having fun. So yeah, there's no harm in streaming. As long as you can handle a little bit of embarrassment. I think everybody should stream once or twice. It's been a cool experience. I'm saying it as if it's done. I'm not done, but just, you know, we're having a little bit of a retrospective here. And I think streaming's cool, man. If you can muster, you know, being vulnerable in front of other people, which is hard, but if you can muster that up, everyone should give it a shot, at least once. And if it fails and you have to, like, not do it anymore, then who cares? Whatever. I can't imagine people getting that upset about that, unless you're, like, you know, massive, at which point, like, if you're massive, that's your job. But this isn't my job. I don't really get paid to do this. Okay, so we got ourselves a crazy looking tree here. Let's finish this guy off. Let's finish him off just a little bit. I'm going off into La La Land. I'm talking about all sorts of crazy stuff. Let's bring it back a little bit. Bring it back just a little bit. Now, I don't like how it doesn't want to turn. That's the annoying part for me. Why is it not turning correctly? Like, what are you doing? Just do this. I don't know how I knew this song was going to play, but I knew this song was going to play. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew it. All right. I know there's at least one person in chat who has talked about streaming before, and I'm very excited to see them stream if they ever want to. But I'll leave it at that. I'm a big fan of their work, and to watch them stream would be dope. Alright, so moving on from all that. Moving on from the deep conversations. What else is there? I am working on a little tree with some fruit. I don't know what inspired me to do this today. I was just feeling kind of weird. I was thinking a lot about Phantasy Star Online, and in Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, there is a part where you go into a jungle. It's kind of a complicated thing. It's a weird level, for sure, but you go into a bunch of different biomes, and in one of the biomes is a jungle. I think it's a jungle. It's like a seaside jungle. It's very Floridian. It makes me feel like it's Florida, big time. And in there is a boss that is a tree that is in this overgrown, like, arena sort of thing. And I just really like the design of that arena. I think it looks so cool. And so this is an effort to try and recapture that idea, in my mind. So that's what I'm working on today. I don't know why that inspired me, but that inspired me, and I'm like, this is what I want to do today. So here we are. Also, hello? What the heck is going on here? Okay, somebody flipped upside down. How did you do that? What? Okay, that'll work. We'll do that, and then we'll flip this guy upside down. What is happening? What is going on with this one? This one's nuts. There we go. Okay, so that, I think, is going to be a fine enough tree right there. That, to me, screams interest. That looks pretty cool to me. Okay, so let's do that. And then we're going to cap this guy off by coming here, adding a little bit of proportion. And then we're going to go back down to no proportions, and we're going to make some branches. Although, I don't know if I want to do branches. Speaking of Phantasy Star. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to grab... I think we do want to make a few branches. Now, leaves, I'm not sure about. Statistically, I have reliably always been bad at making leaves. Also, the branches of these trees do not look that crazy. So let's take you and scoot you on back a little bit. Just like that. There we go. And then we'll just go ahead and do a little bit of these. Just like that. There we go. That should be just fine. Sure, that'll do. We'll do that. We'll get quite a bigger one up here, although the normals... Oh, that's actually pretty nice looking. I don't hate that one bit. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to work, but that actually works pretty well. Let's take that, and we're just going to do a nice straight-looking one right there. Man, I really don't want to do like a bunch of branches. Am I going to kill this tree to make my life easier? Am I going to kill this thing? I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I am just lazy enough to kill a tree. Okay, so we'll do that. Get her going on up in there. Actually, we should probably go higher. And I can fix a lot of this in the sculpt anyway, so I guess I'm not too picky about what's going on here. Do I really want to mess this guy up? I guess I have to. I guess I kind of have to. There we go, and there we go. You know what? I'm going to call it right there. That's fine. That'll do just fine. Let's not think more about it than that. We'll throw on a little bit of multi-res to get those guys feeling strong. Ooh. Already really nice looking. Cool. Okay. So now it should be a pretty simple process of coming into here and fixing up this. And I'm actually going to use remeshing. I didn't want to remesh, but now that I'm looking at it, I really should be remeshing this guy. And we can snake hook to make more branches if we have to. So let's just do it. What do I care? Let's just do it. Let's just get it done with. So let's go over to sculpt, and I'm going to go ahead and hide you for the time being so we can stay focused. And we're going to choose a good size for the remesh. I'm going to say 0.5 is probably fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's good. It's good enough. Okay. Let's go ahead and round out just a few of these little square boys because we want no squares. I ain't got time for no squares in my life. Okay. This is going to be just fine. Anybody who cares about trees is going to hate this because this is definitely not how the tree is supposed to look. But, I don't know. I can't help you there. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start building off of those weird little shapes that these trees always have. I'm going to start crazy, and then I'm going to whittle down once we get into the actual, like, meat of this thing. But for the time being, we're just going nuts. There we go. Ooh, that's going to be it right there. That's the big one. They always have these weird, like, knotted little bits to them. Like that. They're always really crazy looking. I will say, you know, as a native Floridian, the more I 3D model, the more I'm like, Florida's got some interesting shapes to it. You know, I'm sick of seeing the same trees everywhere you go, especially when you're driving. When you're driving on the highway in Florida, you just see the exact same tree over and over and over again. But like here, now that I'm like doing worldly stuff and I'm making fantasy stuff, Florida has a little bit to offer. Florida's kind of cool. That's the first time that's ever been said in the world. T has recommended that we all take a hydrate. Thank you very much. I expect everybody else to join in on that hydrate and make sure that you're feeling nice and refreshed. Make sure you're taking good care of that body. As much as your mind matters, the body is what keeps it alive. So do some good work to that body of yours. All right, so we're just coming along here and doing all of this. I'm working on shape first. So we're going to do some texture work in just a little bit. But right now it's just about shape. I am slowly practicing retopo offline. I've waited a long time. I've waited longer than I really should have to do that. But I do have some retopo stuff. I'm using Retopo Flow now. So, for anybody who is concerned, I am doing retopology off stream. I just don't like doing it on stream. If my water smells kind of like pool water, I shouldn't drink it, right? No, you should definitely not drink it. Why does it smell like pool water? What's happening? Are you getting it from tap, or what kind of water is that? There we go. Just a couple little knots in there just to make it look kind of crazy. Yeah, when did you last change your water bottle? Oh, this is the thing. You've been called out live on stream. It's water in my water bottle. It's filtered from the fridge. Okay, how long has it been sitting in the water bottle? Because water does go stagnant. Water has an expiration date. Especially if it's like, you know, just normal, unpurified water. There we go. Somehow, yeah. Hey, you got to do your dishes. Just gonna put that out there. I hate to be the guy who tells everybody what to do. 6 days? Nope. That's way too long. No, that's not good. Don't do that. Yeah, that's too long. Your water bottle should only be used like maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 days in a row. You shouldn't be using the same water bottle that much. There we go. That'll do. We're going to go ahead and re-topo that and then come back down here. So I use the same cup multiple days in a row, but one, I clear out the water every night. So like when I go to bed, the cup that I'm using is fresh. Like it is dry as a whistle. And I only use it 1.5, 2 days in a row. But water, you definitely can't let sit. And water is like a really important substance too. Like if you start drinking bad water, you're gonna feel it. That's gonna affect like your mind. That's gonna make you feel like really distinct sort of ways. So important to get that one right. Okay, so this is my knobbly little weird tree boy. You're not used to drinking water? Okay, well, you know, it's good to learn. There's always more to learn in this world. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, you'll get there, no problem. The rule of thumb is if something can be dirty, it probably is dirty. You can use that with your body. You can use that with your laundry. You can use that with the surfaces that you're touching. Your mouse right now. Your mouse is probably dirty, everybody. Go wash your mouse. Things that can get dirty are probably already dirty. Just by default. Set reminders on my phone to change my water bottle. Just do it every night. I don't know how often you do dishes, but if you do dishes relatively often, just do it every night. Like, just have 2 and just go and rotate between them. You wash it every 3 days? Wait, I thought you just said that you use it like in a week. You use the same one over the course of a week. Why did Streamlabs add a weird... Oh, Junie said that. Sorry. You guys are both blue. Why did Streamlabs add a little asterisk? That's weird. I've never seen it add an asterisk to its message before. I wonder if that means something. Streamlabs, you doing okay? Yeah, sorry, you're both blue. My brain, having answered so many chat messages in my life, I have to go real quick sometimes with chat. My bad. Hey, you're purple. Okay. That is a pretty nice looking tree, if I say so myself. Little blue beans. Always some nice little blue beans. That is a good looking tree. Ooh. You guys are the bisexual flag? Very good. I'm like really inclined, looking at this tree, I'm really inclined to try and put like a character in here. We have big bi energy in this chat. Chat does have big bi energy. Sweats and homosexuality? Oh no. Nothing like the homosexual sweats to get you started every day. There we go. There's like some little stories going on in this tree. There's this weird little ribbon coming up here. I'm starting to really fall in love with sculpting. I'm starting to really enjoy sculpting on stream. I mean, just in general, I'm enjoying sculpting. But like, you can just tell really weird stories with your art. Now, obviously, I have to come and retopo it, so I'm making my life way harder. But it's just cool. You just get to do weird stuff with your art. Make a hole in it and put a cute little owl inside. Okay, Junie, that sounds like an excellent little suggestion for the speed sketch. You have no preference for gender? Yeah, I think that makes you pansexual, right? Isn't that the general premise of pansexuality? The raffle has not started yet. There we go. We're just going to add a couple little branches to this guy in places that make sense. Panromantic, asexual. Got it. I use the term sexual to just refer to like romance, but yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. They're like one and the same to me. But yes, I acknowledge that. Definitely lean masculine for I'm attracted to put everyone in every gender. Yeah, of course. I still think there is a lot of lean to people. Like, people do have leans. I don't think I've met anybody who doesn't have at least a little bit of a lean in one direction or the other. But yeah, like, ideally everybody in the world should be pansexual. Like, I don't know, maybe not everybody in the world should be pansexual, but like, it just doesn't matter. Like, I think when you start getting into really deep, like, gender politics, like, I'm into women, I'm into men, I like the other. You very quickly turn into, like, well, you're not dating everyone. Like, you could be the most famous person in the world, and you're still not dating everyone. So, like, calm down. Like, not everyone wants you. It's okay. So chill. Not every woman you approach is interested in you. So it's okay if you're not like, I'm the straight man. Like, I don't know. I think you get really quickly into that sort of like possessive attitude the more specific you get with gender politics. So I think pansexuality is a good standard for people. And if you want to not be pansexual, good for you. Everyone wants me, says T. Okay. Well, we found the one and only over here, folks. We found the world's most famous person, and it's, I'm a cup of tea. Is this a good-looking tree? Does this look good? You're a femboy, everybody wants you. Honestly, femboys are in right now. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because like sensationalizing people for specifics is it's a little awkward, but I'm glad it's in. Okay, here we go. We're gonna snake hook this guy, and I think I'm gonna say we're done. Just a little tiny baby branch. The tree is looking good? Okay, thank you. I'm having a hard time processing if I'm doing a good job or not, because it's starting to get a little bulky, which I'm fine with. Now, I don't really want to put leaves on this thing, and so I think I'm not going to put leaves on it. Did you get a haircut? I did not get a haircut. I got a haircut like a month ago. So I did technically get a haircut a while ago, but not. The trunk is thick. Okay, you know what, Seth? I'm revoking your asexual card. You're removed. She is a thickie. I forgot to reveal my powers. My evil superpower, my like mad scientist superpower is I have the ability to revoke people's genders. And you know, it shouldn't take much for you to see why that would be such a problem in the world. Especially in the modern climate. You look different today? I mean, it's still pretty long. It's still up there. There we go. Put it on back. I just keep it really tucked behind my my headphones so I don't get it in my face. All right, we got ourselves a stretch and a little bit of water. Keep me healthy. Thank you, folks. All right, I'm going to start the raffle in maybe about 10 minutes. Oh, Silken. Hey, Silken, while you're here, while I got you on the phone, how was your anniversary? It looks a lot longer with the headphones off? Absolutely. It's a pain. How was the anniversary? Are you guys still in love? Red and me have the same hair right now? Junie, I can't even imagine what your hair looks like right now. There we go. That is not a bad looking little segment right there, and we're gonna just trim that in a little bit. Floofy and thick, I like that. It was great. We had pizza, watched movies, played video games. Still in love. That's what you like to hear. Okay, so what video games do you guys play together? This is crucial information for chat. Nobody in chat will be able to sleep tonight until you tell us what video games you guys play together. There we go. There we go. That's a tree. That's a tree, baby. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and... Honestly, I kind of think I'm done. I think we're done. I would like to do some weird binding patterns on this, but I think I'm going to do it through the texture and not through the sculpt. So I think we're good. We're going to add a little bit of texture up into here. Is the tree going to have leaves? Okay, so this has been asked. I don't know. I don't want to. It is going to have fruit. There is going to be fruit on the tree, and there's a reason for that. Actually, there's only going to be one fruit on the tree, so we're going to tell a little bit of a story here. This is the last... This tree is dying, and we're going to give it its last little hoorah to try and grow a fruit. And by grow a fruit, I mean grow a sapling, of course. So this tree is just on her last little legs, doing her best to try and not die. She might be the last of her species if we want to be like really, really dramatic about it. There we go. A few were Children of Morta, It Takes Two, and Cat Quest 2. I've never heard of any of these games, but that sounds lovely. And honestly, I can speak for everybody in chat when I say that we're all very jealous of you. In a healthy, reasonable, non-envious way, we're all jealous of you. A relationship where you just hang out and play video games together is really such an ideal. There we go. That is good looking. There's a couple of weird ones. You're a weird one. Like James and the Giant Peach. Kind of like James and the Giant Peach. You wouldn't like Cat Quest. It has a lot of puns. Obviously, it was my pick. Yeah. You know me. I hate puns. You know I hate puns. Dream video game to play with your significant other is Mario Kart Double Dash, going through the whole thing. I guess if you like to argue, right? If you want to argue with your significant other, I guess Double Dash is a great choice. Oh yeah, shout out to the new music, by the way, on stream. You can co-op in Double Dash? Yeah, co-op doesn't mean that you're going to get along. What? I was referring to co-op. Co-op can be ruthless. Genie, you remember playing games with me as a kid? I can live with this. I'm a good backseater for Double Dash. Okay, well, we have a Double Dash team forming in chat, so we're going to go League soon. I keep saying I'm done, and then I make more because I'm obsessed. Hello? Was that my own hair? What was that? Ooh. She's beautiful. I don't think we ever fought over video games, except maybe when you would break something I'd make in that Halo Forge or whatever. Yeah, Halo Forge was definitely a feast. Overcook has the potential to kill a marriage. I've been in a couple of heated Overcooked matches, and man, it gets kind of ruthless. I was in an Overcooked match once. Okay, I don't think this is a shame to say. I'm kind of selling some people out here, but I don't think those people anybody knows. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I played Overcooked with some peeps once, and a person that we were playing with lost their mind. Like, went off. Went so mad. They got so angry. So angry. No, it's not Junie. This is not Junie. This person got so mad, so weird, and they were like yelling and blaming people and throwing a temper tantrum as an adult. Like, it was really not cool. And so everybody that was on the voice call was like, okay, like, we're done. Bye. See ya. Out of here. And we went about our lives. And then, like, a week later or something, everybody was just like, yeah, we're playing games with that guy. And I was like, they like just threw a fit and they yelled at everyone and they like were really hurtful and mean. Why are we just playing games with them? And they're like, oh, that's just how they are when they play Overcooked. It's like, so why are you friends with them? What are you doing? It was very weird. It's weird how people just kind of let stuff like that go. Like, when you rage during a video game, it's like, oh, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird energy. It's like drunk. Like, oh, they're just mad when they play games. Why? Why would you let that happen? That's such bad energy. Anyway, so I'm weird when people like make excuses about stuff like that. Because, man, isn't that awkward? You don't want somebody raging out at you. It's different if you're like role-playing. I did drunkenly and jokingly threaten Red in Discord when he killed me in Among Us. That is true. Oh yeah, it's well documented that me and Junie grew up together. It's very well documented at this point. Junie and I were really close friends starting in 5th grade. We got along really well in 5th grade, and we became like best friends, and we stayed friends until maybe about 10th grade, right at the beginning of 10th grade. And then we had a falling out. Just different interests, different schools, stuff like that. And we sort of went about our own ways, lived our own lives, did our own things until about maybe a year ago. And then Junie messaged me and said, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, I miss you." And that was basically how it happened. So yeah, that's the great story of me and Junie. Okay, I'm done working on this tree. I'm done, I promise. I don't want to be done, but I'm done. The tree is done. Okay, let's do some, we're gonna start the raffle, and then I'm gonna do some nodes, and then we're gonna make some fruit. That's it, that's all we're doing right now. So, let me start that raffle for everybody, so everyone can get competitive and use all their points. What type of fruit? I'm gonna make up a fictional fruit. All right. There we are. And the giveaway starts now. Perfect. All right, so let's do some nodes. Let's node this guy up. So I'm going to add these planes here. Oh, we got a 99 raffle. I don't know if you have that many points. Okay, so we got a water texture here. And we got a ground texture. Also, you get your first 3, anybody who's subscribed, your first 3 tickets are free. Just to put that out there. So if you're subscribed, enjoy your free tickets. Ooh, look at the way this looks. She's gorgeous. You cannot raffle 0, I think. I think you have to pay something. You can't get a buy one, get one free if you buy 0 items. Okay. There we go. Now everyone's doing it. Junie, you can also do exclamation mark points to see how many points you have if you want to try and determine that sort of stuff. There you go. There we go. There's some water for us. I kind of don't want it to be super reflective, personally. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to add some bump to make this thing look like really, really subtle water. I also need to give it the ability to go transparent. Saf kind of has a lot of points. Saf, you're kind of a points wizard. There we go. Okay, so now we got alpha of 0.5. That's way too much alpha. I'm glad everybody enjoys the raffle so much. That makes me pleased. I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to work and people were going to hate it, but actually it's pretty nice. Weird fruit fact, candy banana flavor tastes like bananas that are now extinct. We all just switched over to another single type in the supermarket at some point. Okay, so how do we have the flavor for the extinct? Did we make that artificial flavor before it went extinct? And we just replicate it using synthetics? How does that work? That's going to be my water, and we're going to go ahead and toss on... We did? That's nuts. That's actually the craziest thing I've ever heard. Okay, let's add ourselves a little bit of a noise texture, and we're going to make this little water. The camera work is also going to be really crucial in making this thing work. Ooh, look at her. Gorgeous. Do I want to make it any different than that? That looks so good. We want to lower the strength for sure. Okay, let's hear another fun fact. I like fun facts. I can live with fun facts. That's too much. There it is. That's the water right there. That's perfect. The candy banana flavor is so much better than the actual fruit. Well, it's also got sugar in it, right? Like, it's not just the flavor of the banana. Humans have stripes that we can't see. If we had a wider cone of colors, we'd be able to see them. They're called Blasco's lines. Blasco's lines. That's like panthers. Panthers have stripes, but you can't see them unless the sun hits them correctly. Also, look at this water. Now, I'm really inclined. I am really inclined to make this water caustic. Hear me out. I'm going to do something a little nuts here for just a moment. Okay, so you are going to be 0.1. Check this out. Check this out. This is going to be nuts looking. So we're going to give one of these guys 0.1. You're going to be the 0.1. You're 0.1. And we're going to give it really, really hard lines. Okay, this should work. This should be cool. Not what I wanted. Let's go this direction. No! Oh, I was hoping it would do more than that. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. I was going to try and make Wind Waker style caustics, but I didn't know what it was going to look like with a realistic texture on top of it. This is going to be fine just as is. This looks cool. This looks cool enough. I can live with this. Okay. So that is the water texture done. Next, let's make the ground texture, and I have no idea what swamp ground looks like, even though I've been looking at it my whole life. So we're going to kind of guess. I know everyone wants me to use a reference. I'm not going to use a reference. I'm too stubborn. I like challenging myself for no reason whatsoever. Minecraft swamp, basically. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw in a color ramp up here, and then we're gonna throw in a Musgrave. Whoa, that was weird. So the original banana was called the Gros Michel, and effectively went extinct due to the fungus in the 1960s. I'm kind of surprised potatoes didn't go extinct, you know? I'm sort of surprised potatoes didn't go extinct due to the same circumstance. Look at Silken out here giving us all the crazy stuff. Whoops, not what I wanted. Apply scale. Also, I need to save this. So let me save this as swamp tree, marsh tree. It's going to be called a marsh. This is not a swamp. This is a marsh. You love bananas so much they're your favorite fruit. They're definitely not my favorite fruit. Bananas are all right. You know what? I kind of like the two. I kind of really like the way that looks. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go crazy. I only like bananas when they're frozen. Okay, I can't agree with that one either. I like bananas more than that, but I like bananas less than Junie. Here we go. So we're going to pop you on up there. This should be just fine. Apples are boring. Apples are the dad of the fruit world. Apples are for dads. If you're a dad, apples were created for you. You're welcome. There is a long artificial on it. I wouldn't be surprised if the cultivator that was Ireland, most of the people farm is gone. You're saying a bunch of words that my brain does not understand. I don't understand agriculture nearly as much as you do, which is fine. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That looks crazy good. That looks so good. That's exactly what I want. Wow. Yo. Look at that. She's gorgeous. Okay, cool. So we're going to set her roughness pretty high. Specular is probably pretty low if I had to argue. Look at that. Look how good that looks. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Not once in my life did I think I was going to make something looking like this. The only thing I'm going to do is maybe add a little bit of a push. The banana texture isn't as bad when they're frozen. That's fair. Apples are hard for me to eat because of a broken tooth. So it's a little hard for me to eat apples personally. But apples are very cool. Also, I'm going to get really weird with this. We're going to go ahead and make a noise texture set to object data that influences our X value here. And like, sorry to this. This is about to be the craziest thing we've ever seen. Oh, it's not that bad. I expected a lot worse than that. I like pears and melons a lot. Pears and melons are definitely top tier. Pears and melons are really good. Okay, that I think is it. There we go. We've done it. That's my mangrove. That's like the crazy ground texture. The Irish potato famine was caused in part because everyone was growing the exact same type of potato. Yeah, so the potato crisis is a big issue because everybody says, why didn't the Irish grow different crops? And the short answer is that the Irish didn't eat potatoes predominantly. I mean, they did, sure. But most of it is they were growing what made the most money. And so for them, it was a money thing because they like lived in such great poverty for the most part that the English were buying potatoes from them. And so if they wanted to make ends meet, they had to grow potatoes. And so when everything went bad, it wasn't like, oh, we love eating potatoes so much, what are we going to do without our potatoes? It was like, if I don't grow the thing that makes me money, how am I going to make the money to buy the food that I feed my family with? And that's a really common misconception about the potato famine. Because a lot of people are like, why didn't they just stop? Why didn't they just like stop making potatoes? It's like, well, they couldn't afford to. In short. Is that what I'm going to do? I don't know if I love the way this looks. Favorite fruit is between mangoes and dragon fruit. Kiwis are god tier and overlooked. Sharecropping, yeah. Bit of camera lag? Do I have camera lag? Am I okay? I was actually just using my my new superpower where I move in really like robotic ways. Am I good? It's been spotty? I think that might be your internet connection. I'm not sure. I did? Okay, never mind. It's not your internet connection. I don't have any drop frames or anything on my end. Like, my computer says everything is okay. Not that that means it's true, but it says it's fine. Huh, weird. We'll be careful of that. What if I change this to rotation? Is that going to really mess this up? I'm a little worried. This is going to look crazy. Oh, it actually looks good. Oh, it actually looks really good. Yep, rotation it is. And we're just going to lower that scale down a little bit. Actually, you know what? Scale is fine. I like it exactly as is. That's it. Done. Cool. And now we can take this and lower that strength just a little bit to give it less of a crazy looking curve. And now we're going to reverse these colors. There we go. There we go. That'll do it. And then we're going to brighten you up just a little bit. Make you kind of sandy looking. And then we'll do like a nice strong brown right on top. Let's get rid of the B-spline. Let's instead make it linear because I want a little bit more of that showing. And I'm still inclined to kind of do this. I think that looks better. Let's do that, but then let's invert it so it goes down because you want the sand to be the lowest part. Okay, so how does everyone stand on tomatoes being fruits or vegetables? I mean, everything's like a fruit at the end of the day, right? Like, absolutely everything's a fruit for some reason. I'm definitely on the side of science. Like, I'm not going to deny the science of the situation. It's a little nuts, at the very least. Honestly, we're going to call it right there. And we put the water on top, and you look down in here, and you can barely see it anyway. So I'm actually going to take my water texture, and I'm going to lower the alpha just a little bit more so you can see that little texture that we've made underneath. Look at that. Whoa, that's a look. Veggies do not exist. Tomato is a berry. Tomatoes are a fruit. It all depends on how you culturally define things. Science says fruits are things with seeds. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It ain't for me to decide, I guess. I think at the end of the day, we might want a new classification system. It might be better to say something to the effect of like, okay, if everything's a vegetable or everything's a fruit or everything's a whatever, then like, what else are we going to call it? Spinach is a leaf, honestly? Truer words have never been said. Okay, let's go ahead and make bark. Carrots and radish are hard veggies. So, you know how they say root vegetable? Like the term root vegetable? That should just be called like a root crop. The fact that we call it a vegetable doesn't make any sense. Doesn't vegetable just mean edible? Like, isn't a vegetable just something that is edible to people? Okay, anyway. I'm going to stay focused as much as I can. Carrot is a root. Yeah, it's a root. I'm okay with it being a root. I think that's great. That makes a lot of sense to me. We're going to do a Verneuil. Okay, so here we go. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to grab our textures, and we're going to do a Vernoi and a wave, and we're going to imprint onto the Vernoi with the wave. And this should give us something usable. It's going to look weird for a little bit. It'll make sense in a moment. Tell you what, let's just do the Vernoi real quick. We'll get back to this. Hello? There we go. We're going to use object data on this. I have to apply my scale. Tuber. I like Tuber. I like how they did in one of the Wives games, Story of Seasons. They ended up breaking it into tree crops, ground crops, and get around the fruit-vegetable debate. Absolutely. I mean, it is definitely a debate. Like, you can't ignore that it is 100% a debate that people have. Not that people are right, but it is something that people argue over. So I would argue, yes, it is a debate. No, I know. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, that's the way it works in practice, but that's not the way it works literally. Like, what, at the end of the day, language is just what people decide it is. Like, science can say, this is how language works. But if people don't agree with it, then it's not how science works. Like, as much as everybody should agree on things and everybody should sort of try and have commonality, it doesn't always matter. Whatever people agree on is the truth. Even if it's wrong. Okay, so I made a pickle. I don't want to make a pickle. I want this. In this case, what Japanese think of fruits and vegetables is different than what European American thinks. Can you share with us? What do the Japanese think? What's up with Japanese fruits? Are they crazy? Get that out of here. Okay, let's plug height into this guy. We're going to be striking into a bunch of loading zones today, for sure. Okay, so we got ourselves a nice little tree. I'm going to get it really small, like that. Part of me thinks that we want to be careful of the X doing this, but if I up the distortion quite a bit, it probably doesn't matter. Now, that matters. That does not matter. This one's good. That's perfect. That's tree texture right there. Now, we're going to add roughness to this and detail. The detail probably doesn't need to be that strong. I'm going to lower the detail to that. That looks exactly like a tree. That looks exactly like a tree. So now we plug both of these guys together. This is it. We've got it. Folks, we're here. We're going to multiply this, and hopefully we're going to get little cubes that the stuff slots into. It's pretty close. It's pretty close looking. Yellow. What is up, Simo? Simo, how you doing? What's life been like for you? It's close. It's really close, but it's definitely not what I want to be doing. You know what? I don't hate this. This is actually kind of nice looking. You can call me a professional 3D artist now. Hey, Simo got the job. Simo got the job. Yo, Simo, that's awesome. How does it feel? Translation team notes, but I think fruit grow on trees and vegetables were plants that didn't, so apples was a fruit and melon was a vegetable. That's interesting. How does it feel? How does it feel to be employed? Are you pleased? You having a good time? No, we don't want to do that. I'm having trouble picturing this. Hey. I like that I got paid for Simo getting a job. That's great. This is the energy of the world. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for right there. Honestly, I think I'm just going to stick with this texture. This texture is not bad. Boss makes $1, you make a dime. I don't know why that's so funny. That is very funny. Finally making a living doing things I love. That is excellent. That's what you love to hear. Simo, I couldn't be more proud of you. That's awesome, man. You deserve it. You've been killing it for a long time now. So, when are you going to take over the world? Huh? When's that part come along? Okay, so this part is very confusing to me. I'm not sure I understand how I want to be doing this. Let's do an add instead of a divide. Because an add is going to push it on top, and it's not going to use negative values, I think. No, it still is. One step at a time? Alright, so Simo just admitted that they want to take over the world, so now we know to be careful of you. Now we know what you're capable of. If I do this... Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. Nope, that doesn't work. I'm just going to do all of them. Honestly, I'm just going to do all of them at this point. Which world, and will you make it better or worse? Honestly, that's the question that we should be asking. Okay, so let's reverse them one more time. We're going to use difference to cut into the first one, hopefully. Honestly, that looks fine. I could do more, but I think I'm done thinking about this. So we're going to say that's it. Get that really clear looking tree shape going on. And that's it. The fun of having long hair is sometimes a single strand of hair comes down and goes into my nose, and it's just there, and I can't get rid of it. It will not leave me alone. I am now just the man with hair in his nose. Okay, so let's go ahead and color this guy correctly. Depends on who you ask. Honestly? Simo, you are exuding confidence right now. I love that. You're feeling it. You seem pleased as punch. Hey, we got the full trifecta. Better than me. I have one long eyebrow hair that comes down into my eye, and I have to find it and pull it out every few months. What? Hey, Silken. I hope this isn't offensive. How long are your eyebrows? How is that possible? That seems nuts. Let's add a little white in here. I don't know why the white's gonna matter, but I'm gonna add white. We're gonna add a really off-white. It does almost make sense. It does almost make sense. Most of them are short. It's just one hair and it didn't get the memo. It's white, almost clear. I think you're part dragon. I think you have dragon genetics. Like, just to put that out there. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Gotta love that Wii music. Okay, we got a call out from one dragon to another. You have a tiny birthmark. You might actually have a tiny birthmark. My mom has hair like that. It's on her cheek and just appears every few months. That is interesting. Ain't that just weird? There we go. Honestly, oh no, I think my headphone's breaking. There's a little rattling going on. Maybe that's part of the song. Maybe that's part of the song. I'm going to assume that's part of the song. I'm going to hopefully just assume that's part of the song, and it's definitely not my headphone being broken, because that would make me so sad if my headphone was breaking right now. Okay, you know what? Is that an okay tree? How do we feel about this tree? Okay, we're gonna add almost no specular, like 0.05 specular. The tint is exactly that color. I really don't like the texture of this tree. I really don't like the way this looks. The tree looks awesome? Okay, well, we have the juxtaposition of opinions here. Okay, you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea how to fix this. I got a little clever idea. We're going to pop this over here to make that weird color scheme right there. And we're going to take this and drop him down just a little bit. Just enough to feel it. It has weathered energy. It's definitely pretty weathered looking. That looks a lot better in my opinion. Okay, so now I do want it to look wet. I do want this to be a wet tree. So let's go ahead and pop that up there. And we're going to throw in a little bit of wetness here. Let's do this. Also, I don't know if the music sounds any different to anybody, but I added a little bit of EQ to it. So it should sound a lot better now. Okay, so this is going to be 0.9. And this is going to be... We'll get there in a moment. Let's go ahead and put in a layer weight. Does this make any sense? I have no clue if this makes any sense or not. Why would this make sense? I've not a clue. Not a clue in the world why it would be reflective like this. Somehow she doesn't want to work. Why don't you want to work, huh? It's in roughness. Roughness is layer weighted. Why don't you work? Actually, it kind of does work here. I'm having trouble imagining this, but it does look wet now. It's just the very specific angles. Very, very specific angles. So let's do like 0.05. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, we got ourselves a little bit of a wet tree. Perfect. Thank you for the hydrate. If you had to pick a Minecraft biome to live in, which one would you choose? All right, I have to follow that up with some questions. I have some questions. My questions are, oh no, how are we gonna do this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna generate some rocks real quick. We're gonna make some rocks real fast here. Also, that tree, not bad. Tree. Am I as I am now, or am I living in the Minecraft world? And if I'm living in the Minecraft world, am I on hardcore mode, or can I respawn? Crucial questions to be answered here today. Get rid of the tree. Oh, I love this song so much. Okay, let's go ahead and just push out some rocks real quick. You should reuse the made rock. Don't even get me started on that made rock. Oh, the made rock. It's amazing to know how far we've come since we last used that made rock. There we go. That'll be the rock right there. And then let's make maybe one more. Living in Minecraft world, and yes, you can respawn, but it's super painful. Okay, well that's... I don't know why you gave me that extra little bit, but sure, if you want to hurt me, I guess you'll hurt me. Okay, so I'm a Minecraft boy, living in a Minecraft world. This guy right here is going to get turned down. Like that. I'm going to say that if I had to live in the Minecraft world and I lived according to the rules of Minecraft. Life is plastic, it's fantastic, honestly. Truer words have never been said. Lagging? Oh, I see it. Oh my gosh, it's doing it. Oh my gosh, why is it so laggy? Hello? Okay, I saw it. I saw it this time. What the heck was that about? Hello? Hold on. This must be an OBS thing, because my camera's set up correctly. My camera's set up just fine. Weird. Okay, so we're going to answer the biome question first. Before I get lost in thoughts and go crazy and all that jazz, we're doing the biome question. So the question is, which biome would I live in Minecraft? I would live in... Well, I like snow a lot. And, in Minecraft, there's no, like, repercussion to being in the cold. I can't imagine they feel cold very much. So I would say ice spikes. You think it's Blender? I don't think it's Blender. I'm going to say ice spikes. Ice spikes are pretty cool. I like ice spikes a lot. So we'll say ice spikes. Ice spikes is the one. Very close second for me was gonna be like a desert, but I don't know how like bad starvation would be, and I don't know how easy it would be to get crops if I was actually living in the world. So I think ice spikes is a safer choice. There we go. There's my rocks. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do myself a favor real quick and set up my camera. Before we do anything, let's set up the camera. Okay, so where did I get my room art? Are you referring to... Which piece are you referring to? Because I got a bunch of pieces. I'm going to go ahead and tell you most of them are made. Designed. Not bought. Because I like art a lot, but the prospect of buying art really doesn't do it for me. Generally all of them, they look like someone made them. Yeah, so I'll show you the one that I'm the most proud of. This is the one that I made a long time ago, and I have a really good story about it. I'm going to show you the best idea you've ever seen. All right, this is my baby. It's my little baby boy. I made him. Let's go ahead and do full camera real quick so you can get a nice close look at her. There we go. Get that mic closer to me. So I made this. I painted this. There's a great story behind this. I was dating somebody who, at the time, I felt was a lot out of my league. I don't really believe in leagues anymore, but I was young and I didn't understand. And so I was dating somebody out of my league. And they were like, hey, let's go on a date. And I was like, sure. And I didn't have a lot of money. And so I scrounged together and came up with a date idea. And my date idea was we went to Target and we went to the dollar section. And I said, buy things that you can throw paint with for $1. So we spent like $7. We bought balloons and a rubber spatula and a whisk and a couple of random stuff, and we went back to their house in their garage and we threw paint on this canvas that I just had because my mom's an artist. So we had this canvas and I threw paint on it, and it was like the best date ever. Like, we were just having fun and getting creative and being weird, and it worked out really well. And it was cheap. Really, really cheap date idea if you already have a little bit of paint. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I did the majority of this. I'll say that confidently since I'm not with that person anymore. I did a lot of this. And you can see where the balloons, what you would do with the balloons is I would take the balloons and put them down in a little bit of paint and rub them around and then stick them on the canvas and pop them with a needle. And that's how you get these crazy patterns. So yeah, I'm very proud of this one. I'm very, very proud of this little piece. Now let's hang it up without the whole world dying. You know what? Actually, I'm going to wait. We're going to not hang that up. It'll stay right there. The colors are very nice. Absolutely. Yeah, hey, if you want to impress people, get creative. People lose their minds for creativity. Do we not have music? Oh, we do have music. Okay. A little bit of creativity goes a long way in the love world. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do that to 45 plus 180, which is 225. And now I'm going to pop into here. And we're going to just very carefully walk our way up the y-axis until we get what we want. Just like that. Perfect. There we go. That is going to be my shot right there. If Blender doesn't work out, you can always do canvas art. Oh no! Thank you for telling me. Sorry. I'm pretty bad at noticing OBS. It's staring right at me here, but for whatever reason, I just don't see it. You tune it out after streaming for too long. There we go. Okay. Do canvas art in Blender? Honestly, I think about doing crazy stuff like that all the time, but I don't think it's for me. There we go. There is my scene ready to go. Let's make some rocks, and then we're going to make the fruit, and then we're done. So we got to make the fruit fast. So let's make some rocks. Let's make some fruit. Let's go. So here we go. We're going to do a mossy rock. And we're going to do this. Oh my gosh, my camera is like dying. What is wrong with you? I just bought you. She's like hot too. I swear, this camera, the Logitech C95 or whatever it's called, the default one that every streamer has, this thing is trouble. This thing is a pain in the butt. If you're going to stream, do not buy this camera. I do not like this camera at all. Okay, so we're going to do some mix RGB. And we're going to go ahead and throw on just a little bits and bobs here. Also, maybe I should double check that I'm not running any processes in the background. Do you need a camera to stream? I would say no. I would say that is not a requirement, but I think it's an important part of the streaming process. And so I would urge people who don't want cameras to think about that a little bit. Because I do think it matters to some degree. Okay. Hey, what's up, Mr. Six? You love seeing my adorable face during stream? Well, thank you. I didn't know exactly how to respond to that, so I just said thank you, but I meant it. When he said thank you, I felt that. All right, let's go ahead and pop ourselves on some moss. So a moss is going to be a Musgrave. Sorry, I'm resetting. I got distracted really heavily there for a little bit. Let's get back to it. Let's focus. So we got ourselves this. Wow. Look at how unbelievably laggy that camera is. That is so frustrating. I wonder if that's going to show up in the recording too. Do we even care? Do we want it just to look like this? Oh, now I'm seeing it. Now there's some weird... statistically, non-cam streamers get less views. Yeah. I'd say that's true. I can think of a couple of people, but yeah, statistically, the answer is yes. If views are even what you want. Right? Like, let's be real. Some people don't want views. Some people just want, like, the interaction of a small group, which is fine, which is how I feel, kind of. If tomorrow I had 100 viewers, 100 average viewers, I would not complain about it, but I'm definitely not worried about it. It definitely ain't my focus. Wow, that camera is getting worse, isn't it? She's not that hot, though. She's doing all right. Okay, so we want to make a rocky texture. Sometimes I think of doing just some chatting streams, but I don't know. Why not? Just do it. Who cares? I kind of think I don't want to spend a long time working on these rocks, so I'm just going to make the rocks normal. I thought about getting a little bit weird with it, but I think maybe this isn't in our best interest. So we're just going to make a normal rock. A nice normal rock with some green little mossy bits to it. Also, for anybody who's keeping track, this song that we're listening to right now is the song that plays in that level that I was basing the sketch off of. So we've come full circle as far as what we're talking about. Should probably be less saturated, more yellow. And this should be darker, higher saturation. And I think the distance between these two should be a little bit more fudgy. And there are little tiny bits of the original color built in like that. So I'm going to do that and this. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll do that. That looks fine. That looks like an okay rock to me. Sometimes I got a webcam for video calls, but I didn't realize that it has like 170 FOV, which shows my current apartment. Oh no. It's actually kind of awesome. That is pretty cool. Wow, Mr. Six with the pun. Hitting it off with the pun right at the beginning. Cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this as white. Delete you, and delete you. And we're going to go back to ease. It's more fun if you're doing something you enjoy while chatting. Sometimes people want to watch, and if you are doing something you like, you can talk about yourself and people can just listen. Yeah. I would make the argument that you want, like, something going on during your stream. Whoops. There we go. Now we got a wet little rock here, so let's go ahead and bring that wetness up just a little bit. There we go. We're going to do it just like that and get it just a nice little wet rock. I'm not going to try and sit and think too hard about whether it should be this or that or this. It's just a rock. It's just a rock. I make that joke every single stream. I don't know why I make that joke every single stream, but I do. This is going to look a little bit better in my opinion. Yeah, that sells the effect to me. Clear coat looks a little bit more like water than roughness does. Oh wait, I have it reversed. Oops. There we go. There we go. Nice and rocky. If I did one, I'd work on something like Picross or Sudoku and talk about my solve process while when chat was quiet. Definitely. Man, if you want to stream, okay, here you go. If you're asking for real streaming advice, let me give you some real streaming advice. Chat goes quiet sometimes, and it feels really weird. And if your chat goes quiet and you're not ready to just be like, anyway, so the color green makes me think, if you're not ready to do that, you're going to feel really awkward. That's what happened a couple of days ago when we were trying to do game night and nobody joined the game. It was like, what do I say? What do I do about this? And that feeling is nuts. That feeling's crazy. You would do chess streams if you weren't a coward? I would do chess streams with you. I would do chess streams with you, T. You know what? Actually, I think we want to do this. And I think we want to do this. Right? Yeah, that works. That works really well. And now we're going to take this and we're going to make the bottom of this into a rocky, chunky texture. Chess streams seem kind of fun, but also I'm so competitive with chess. But like a podcast where you do chess streams sounds pretty nice. I could be your opponent, but they have to all, but they have all sorts of computer opponents. What? Chess streams could be dope. Okay, well, I'm definitely not doing chess streams. I'm going to put that out there. I actually looked for a way to make, like, I tried to find a plugin for Twitch just to tell you everything. I tried to make a plugin for stream to do chess while you all were hanging out in chat, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. Also, by the way, there's only a couple more minutes to get your tickets for the raffle. So if you want to join the raffle, you better go quick. You better go real fast. What does that look like? Okay, you know what? This rock is not turning out super well, so I think we're just going to accept it for what it is. I think we're just going to take this. Let me try linear light just to see what it does, because I don't understand what linear light is. Simo, there's a question for you. What does linear light do? Yeah, somebody is very obsessed with chess. I tried my best to get T into Pokemon, and it's been a pretty good ride there, but somebody really enjoys chess. Like, chess is just it for them. There we go. That's not a bad looking rock. We're gonna redo that inversion, but otherwise we're looking good. We should do a chess tournament. That sounds like a lot of work for me. But if somebody else wants to organize that, I will join. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Link those materials together and say Bob's your uncle on that one. Ooh. Okay, so now the goal is to make a fruit, and I gotta make a fruit real fast. So we got ourselves a little picture of a fruit from Skyward Sword. You have done a chess tournament before. I like chess tournaments. The chess arc. Okay, here we go. We're gonna make a fruit. We're gonna make a fruit really fast. This is gonna be great. You're gonna like the way you look. We're gonna do an icosphere of 5. I think that's fine. You like chess, but you're not very good. I think that's the general consensus for everybody except for T. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of XY symmetry just to make sure that this all stays good right there. There we go. That is the beginning of my fruit. I did one in like 3rd grade. I vaguely remember doing one when I was young as well. You know what we want to do? We want to up that strength so I can do this in 1 stroke. Just like that. There we go. And now we're going to take it and we're going to round out a little bit of that. We're going to go ahead and grab the bottom of this and just poke out that bottom a little bit, and then we're going to round it. That's not a terrible looking fruit. I would eat this. Look at everybody being so sweet in chat. Okay, so we got a little pinch coming in here. Just like that, and then we're going to pinch it. Nope, 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 nope. Go back. Go back to what we liked. Right there. Is that a good fruit? Do we like this fruit? Are we comfortable with this fruit? I think it's good. Mr. Six, if you really want to organize it, go for it, but be ready for, like, a rejection if it doesn't work, okay? Just because, you know, I don't want anybody to have hard feelings if people decide they're against it or they're busy or whatever. So, you know, let's not get upset if it doesn't work out, okay? Because, like, myself, I don't even know when I have time to do this. So, just putting that out there. I'm not saying that I won't, but, like, you know, just important to keep that sort of stuff in mind if you're going to try and do something cool for people. Because at the end of the day, it's all just personal opinion. If people can do things, if people want to do things, etc., etc. There we go. Yeah, 70% of us are watching this at work. That is a big, true point. There we go. That looks pretty good. It looks like a heart. I made a heart. So we're going to call this a heart fruit. This is my heart fruit. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. I like it a lot. Okay. We got a little heart fruit. Now, what is the key to a heart fruit? The key to a heart fruit is it does look a little bit like a strawberry, and a strawberry does look like a heart, if we're being perfectly fair with ourselves. We're going to go ahead and make a plane. Here's how you make yourself a strong little heart fruit. We're going to grab this. We're going to push it in. We're going to make ourselves a little leaf. So let's make, like, heart fruit from Sonic Adventure. Maybe. I could live with that. Let's do 40. 40 is a lot. Let's do 30. Okay, here we go. Here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna focus on just this. I love the fact that you can focus. That is my new favorite operation in Blender, by the way. There we go. It is pouring outside, by the way, so if you hear a little bit of rain, that's what's going on. It is losing its mind out there. It's cats and dogs, as they say. Okay, let's go ahead and merge these at center. I'm going really fast because I know I don't have that much time, but I do want to finish this before the speed sketch. Also, I should announce the winner of the speed sketch. Let me do that right now, so whoever gets chosen can actually give us a good answer. So we're going to go ahead and figure out who the winner is. All right. Which of you son of a guns is a winner today? Yeah, no worries at all. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. Somebody has a distinct advantage over everybody else. And if you don't win, I apologize so much. It's Junie. Yeah, Junie, you have 43 tickets. Everybody else has 5, 4, and 10. So you stood a pretty good chance of winning today. So Junie's the winner. So you get to decide whatever you want us to put into this sketch. I know, you've been fighting for it for a little bit too. Okay, here we go. You finally did it. Here is my little leaf. Nice little zigzaggy leaf. We're going to go ahead and do a center line on this thing as well, because I have a cool idea of how the center line is going to work. My request was a little hole in the tree with a cute owl sitting in it. Okay. I don't want to put a hole in my tree. Just because I worked so hard to make the tree the shape that it is, would it be okay if the owl is sitting on a branch? Would that be acceptable? Okay, here we go. Also, I'm going to grab all of this, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to do a checkered deselect. That's fair? Okay, thank you. I will make an owl. You all are obsessed with making organic shapes that I am so bad at doing. But I will grant you this, because I am a chivalrous host. The rule about no organic shapes, I like that everybody just completely ignores that rule. Like, I love that everybody's just like, nah. Who cares about the rules? I guess it's my fault for not enforcing them. Which is fair. But y'all don't make it easy for me. I'm a people pleaser. Okay, let's grab ourselves a mirror. How much time do we have? We have like no time. Oh gosh, we have like no time whatsoever. That's a pretty good looking leaf. That's a pretty good looking leaf. Oh, the mirror didn't work. Why did the mirror not work? Yeah, that works. Okay, we did it. We're here. We got a leaf. That is my leaf. She's a little weird looking, but we'll do it. Yeah, we all pretend we don't see it. Absolutely, you guys pretend like you don't see it. That is for certain. I mean, you did a fruit tree and a fruit. To stay in theme, it had to be organic. I guess. Okay, so. I have a dumb idea. This feels like a really stupid idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to crease everything. And then we're going to subdivision it. That actually worked. Why did that work? It didn't really work. You know what? We're done. That's it. Cool. Okay, so let's take it. We can get rid of all that. Bye, 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 bye. Okay. Now we grab you and we pull you down. I can't. We're going to grab all of this and we're going to extrude it in a straight line like that. Not along normal, along global. Oh, we're going to go a little over time. We're going to have to. I can't make this work. Also, this hair will not get out of my nose. Get out of there. I don't want to be sniffing hair this whole time. I'm panicking, folks. Okay, cool. So that is that. So now all we got to do is cap off the back end of this thing. So I'm going to do that by doing this, using global. This is going to be weird. Boom, 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 F. Boom, 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 F. Boom, 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 F. Honestly, that ought to do it. We take you and we pull you up. And it doesn't like the symmetry for some reason, and I don't know why. So let's merge you guys at center and do hello? Merge you at center. Same thing. Say, does that work? I don't know why it's not working. Oh gosh, I'm freaking out. Wait, is there a J there? Why is it doing this? What is happening? Okay, you know what? I don't care. That's my leaf. I don't have time to think about it. So let's bring our fruit back. And we're going to pop on a little bit of this. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and crunch it in there so you don't even see it. You won't even see that little leaf going nuts. There we go. Just a little leaf sticking out. Actually looks kind of nice. So we're going to go ahead and grab the end of this guy. And we're going to do a little curl to make it look nice. So I'm going to do a little bit of this. And we're going to do just a little bit of this. And honestly, I think that's done. Also, there's an edge here, and it's not connected to anything. Why? Okay, I guess we'll just delete that vertice. I don't know what that is. Sure. That is our fruit. There we go. There he is. The one difference that I have to make, unfortunately, is I have to rotate it this way now. Let's do it based off of normals. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. Cool. We got both of you. Shrink you down. Pop you on the spot that we like you. We're going to model you, and then I'm going to do the owl. Has this been absolute chaos? Yes. When is this stream not absolute chaos? If you can answer me that, effectively nothing will probably change. There we go. We got ourselves a nice little big old heart fruit sitting on this rock. And if we look through our camera, look at that. Look at that beauty. You know what? Actually, the more I'm looking at this, the more I kind of think I want it to be here. And I want it a little bit bigger. There we go. That is the new look. That's a pretty good look. I actually kind of really like the way this scene looks. Cool. And I guess we're going to put the owl here for some reason. The more I look at this tree texture, the less I like it. Maybe we'll edit that if we get extra time. Okay, so a fruit. Let's model the leaf first. The leaf is really easy. It's going to be a nice dark sage with a ton of sheen and sheen tint. It'll have a decent amount of roughness. It's one of those little fancy boys. And low sheen, I think. There we go. Oh, actually, it's got specular tint. I don't hate that at all. You love the energy? What is the energy? It's not a really chaotic stream, just kind of a meandering one. I don't know how to take that, but thank you. I think I do have chaotic energy. I think this is sort of a chaotic stream. You know what? I think I like that a little bit more. I think I want to stick with that sort of dynamic. And we're going to call that it on that. And I'm going to up that roughness just a little bit. There we go. Now the fruit. Fruit. So I am looking at this guy pretty strongly. Can I isolate just the two of them? I can. Okay, so here's the idea. We're going to make this golden, beautiful little fruit. We're going to make it really juicy looking. You have the dog from Up energy? Oh, no. That's terrible. I think I've been cursed on stream. I think you just cursed me out. Okay, let's go ahead and throw on a color ramp. Let's make a happy little squirrel. Where was that fruit? Yes, a juicy fruit. How dare you, sir. Silken is out here saying that I have dog energy. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, we're going to do that and maybe just a little bit of this hyper bright, like lilac-y sort of color. Lilac, but brighter. Just like that. Okay? It's a really nice color scheme is what it is. And we're going to go ahead and throw on some layer weight. Not any dog energy, just the dog from Up. That's the worst dog. There it is. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. The only thing that I think I would change about this is maybe instead of layer weight, I would use the reflection map. I don't know if it's a map or not. That kind of looks good to me. Actually, the more I'm looking at this, I think this is perfect, but the yellow is a problem. So we're going to grab this yellow, get rid of that. And then we'll go up to yellow here. No, actually, I take it back. I like the other version better. Hey, CQDK with the muffin out the gate. There he is. That does look a little bit better. There we go. That's a beautiful little fruit. Now, I think what it needs is it needs little dimples on it. So I'm gonna add really small, like, pock marks on it. So we're gonna go mix RGB. And we're gonna throw on black. And the texture is going to be a Musgrave set really, really small. Okay, now it's kind of rotten. We'll get there. Hey. Thank you, CQDK. CQDK, how you doing? Isn't it late for you? How's life treating you? Okay, so we're gonna make this like mega small. Like mega, mega, mega small. And instead of mixing, it's going to just do a little bit of a color burn, assuming it doesn't go crazy. That's too much. We're going to subtract color. Nope, we're going to add, oh yeah, subtract color, whites. Little bits like that, and then we're going to get really, really small, and we're going to do way more of the white. There we go. That's about what I wanted, and now we're going to take this color and choose an actual print for it. There we go. That should be just about perfect for us, I think. You like it bigger? I think I don't like it bigger. You bought a small truck to build. Can you explain what that means for us? I think that's the look right there. Okay, that's our fruit. Done. Looks really good. Now what we really want to do is up a bunch of these values. We want this thing to look gorgeous. We want this thing to look so nice. This should look like the best piece of fruit you've ever seen in your life. Oh, and subdivision. It has to have subdivision, and the subdivision is going to be a little difficult to manage. I'm thinking like a brown. Also, does subdivision work with Eevee? What happened? Why does it work that way? Huh. Weird. Yeah, you made like a model truck. Okay, I understand. All's well. All right, how is that for a shot? That's kind of lovely looking. Get Link out of there. That is sort of lovely looking. The only thing that I want to do is I think I want to get rid of this. Speaking of Legend of Zelda, that was great timing. You know what? I'm looking at this, and it just looks so weirdly artificial. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, I promise we're going to get to the owl in just a moment. I'm like so close to greatness that I really just want to make this work. Kinda, but I got a solar and some other stuff so I can drive them around on their own. Oh, so they're kind of like connects. It's like interactive sort of stuff, right? That's pretty dope. I would kill for stuff like that as a kid. Not I. What? What does that mean? Okay, let's try that. That looks a little better to me. Color scheme. Color scheme. Color scheme. I can't do anything. It does it on its own. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing, CQDK. I'm just saying it kind of weirdly. Sure, that'll be my little guy right there. And I'm going to pop in maybe one more color. Now that we're here, I can pop in one bright color to give those little dots. Yes. Yes, there she is. That's my tree. There she is. We've done it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now I'm just waiting for the night to end so I can try it. Do you try it in the morning? Why do you have to wait for the night to end? Okay, we've done it. Let's make an owl. The goal is to make an owl. So let me look up a little cartoony owl real quick, and we're going to pick up a reference image, and then we're going to go for this owl. Cartoon owl. Is there an owl that you're thinking of, Junie, off the top of your head? You're too sleepy? Yeah, I get that. Is there like an owl? Twilight Princess. Yeti. This is how I'm picturing the owl. That's what I think the owl looks like. So if I get no instruction, that's what I'm going to do. Now, how the heck am I going to make wings for this thing? I think we're going to go for it. Let's do this thing. So we're going to do this. That's no owl? It might as well be an owl. We're going to give this owl. What is an icosphere? It is our fruit. Honestly, can I just click this and hit isolate? No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so we're going to pop in a cube. I'm going to do this from a subsurface because I am a bad person. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and subsurface this to begin with. And we're going to go ahead and hit apply on that. We're going to go ahead and set it to 0 on the X to get it right nice in there. And then I'm going to pop in our owl picture, and we're going to get going on sculpting this bad boy. Now, owls have the weird spiky ears. I got to be careful of that. So let's sculpt this thing. Okay, so an owl. An owl has a very distinct form that basically looks like it was stretched. So it looks like that. It's got some shoulders. Leggies come down and then come out once you have like a kind of a hip shape almost. Let's go ahead and get a nice little retopo on there. And now we just want to get the shape looking correct first. Get all of that looking nice and fine in there. And we need to pop out the bottom of this guy. Just like that. And let's flatten him. Directly on the bottom. We'll give him a nice flatten. And we pop out a head. I'm kind of thinking it might be cuter if I don't give it a head. Okay, you know what? I'm going to look up an actual picture of an owl real quick. Also, I realized I'm still in full screen. We're going to go owl. My computer's going to take a sec because it's having some trouble right now. I don't know why. Guaranteed Windows is going to be doing an update in 2 seconds. Let's do a barn owl. Yeah, I want a barn owl. Nope, it's a web P. Ugh, I hate web Ps. Barn owl. Just a little cute baby. JPEG, I'll take it. Back to Blender. We're going to go ahead and toss in this guy. Not in sculpt mode. Toss in that guy. There we go. Okay, so the head is like a circle. The body juts out and then goes back. So let's do that part real quick. So the body doesn't look like this. The body looks like... The body looks like that. That's what an owl's body looks like. There we go. Okay, then the head comes up nice and round. So we're going to do a little retexture right there. We're going to pop the head up. Just like that. Dare I say, we're like getting kind of good at sculpting. I don't know how we've done this. I kind of don't know how I get good at anything in 3D modeling. Like every time I stream, I keep saying this, but I'm like, how have we done this? Why am I able to do this? You know, when you're like learning a new art, right? When you're learning something, when you're learning music for the first time, you're learning 3D modeling, whatever it may be. There's that thing where you're like, when am I going to learn the special thing that everybody knows? And, you know, realistically, there just is no special thing. It's just hard work, dedication, all that sort of stuff. But you have that moment every time you're learning something new. And I think I'm at the point now where I'm like, there is no special thing in 3D modeling. It's just like a little practice. There we go. I say that, I'm about to make the worst sketch you've ever seen, so let's not get ahead of ourselves on all this self-complimenting whatever that I'm doing. Okay, I kind of want to give him a little bib, like that. Give him a little poochy butt, because every good thing has a poochy butt. There's nothing in this world that is worth saving that doesn't have a poochy butt. And we're going to go ahead and give him really nice, like, sides. I saw your long boy deer. You do an amazing job. Just maybe not in 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it takes time, is the short of it. It's pretty hard. In no way, shape, or form do I feel like I am good at 3D modeling, so the fact that stuff even comes together in the end is pretty wild to me. Okay, so I like that little tail being out there. We're going to keep that tail. That's a beautiful little tail. He's there. Let's go ahead and flatten the face, and we're going to go ahead and throw on that little architecture to make him look interesting, quote unquote. Okay, so we've got a flat looking face right there. And now what we're going to do is dig into the face. Because they have like kind of a hood. They look like they're wearing like a hood. Okay, that's that. And now we're going to come into here and build a nose. No, not quite like that. That's too much. We're gonna build a nose. Just like that. You think I'm talented, you're learning, but you also do a good job making things come to life, and you have cool visions. I like seeing what you make. Well, thank you very much. That is very sweet. I think creativity is definitely the thing that I excel at in life. Oh, that's an owl. That's an owl right there. Clearly, that's what an owl looks like. Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not go too crazy. I do really enjoy my level of creativity. I think I am quite a creative person, and I'm good at, like, vision. I'm good at thinking of things and creating things. It's the doing part that I struggle with. Do you go back and work on these after it's streamed to save the file, and or do you save the file and don't go back? I do go back. I don't go back to all of them, but I do go back to these, and I try to re-topo them and do all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. I have a rhythm to my stuff. Hello! Hello, little one. You want a little bit of love? Come here. Come here. What? Are you getting hungry? Are you getting hungry? Do you like my owl? Please don't step on my keyboard. Okay, so we're just gonna have cat butt in our face for a little bit. So we're all just gonna live with this for just a sec. You just cozy? Yeah. She's just hanging. She's just having a good time. Scout. She's just having a good time. Just butt in face. That's how you know that you're in love. Alright, so let's re-mesh that just a couple of times, and I don't want to think too hard about this, because I think we are going to run into some issues if I think too much. So let's say that might be it, and then I'm going to sink in the eyes. What is that symbol? That symbol is wild. Okay, there we go. So that's my little owl boy. And I kind of want to give him ears. So I'm going to. Because it's my owl and you can't stop me. You don't like the whistling, do you? You don't like my whistling? Why don't you like my whistling? There we go. She's watching my my mouse go on the screen. She's watching the mouse and stuff go. All right. So we got a little cat owl going on here, I guess. Sure. That's actually not a terrible looking owl, if I'm being perfectly honest. Now, part of me wants to not... How on earth am I going to texture this? I just thought about how I'm going to texture this. I don't know how I'm going to texture this. Hello? Hello, little one. Okay. So that, I think, is the owl mostly done. Okay, she's done. She's had enough. Don't jump. I'll put you down. No, please. Okay. She was about to jump into my mic cord, which she has done before and unplugged my mic and gotten herself hurt. So I just stopped her from literally ending her own existence. So Dad of the Year? There we go. We're going to do a little bit of this to make that nice little cross-sectional bit that the birds have. Just like that. There we go. And now I'm going to pop out 2 little legs, and then we should be good to get going on this. Let's go ahead and bring these guys in. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and average all that out. It might be a little bit smaller than I want. That looks about right. We're going to average that. There we go. That'll be fine. It's a little bit less than what I would like, but it'll be fine. He looks like a ghost. He's got a little bit of a ghost look to him. So let's do this. Let's pop out some legs. Actually, I'm going to use an elastic grab to pop out legs. Just like that. A little bit of a grab. Pop that up in there, and we're good. Especially on the back part. And I'll just pop 2 little leggies down. No problem at all. Okay, so now we want to think about the wings and looking at our time and everything. I don't think I'm going to make 2 separate wings. And also, I want them to be trimmed anyway. So I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to make, like, fake wings. So that, I think, is my owl done. The hips could use a little bit of love, if I'm being perfectly honest. He's a little too thin for an owl in my mind. There we go. And let's average all that out and make sure that it's nice and round. You know what? I actually see a thing that we want to do. Let's grab him and let's just go. Big difference. Just make him a little cartoony boy. I know you're not supposed to just do stuff like that, but why not? Okay. Now he's back. Now he's looking a little bit more cartoony, which is what we want. That is not the worst look I've ever seen. There we go. Okay, so this is my boy. This is my little owl boy. He looks great. So let's go ahead and pop those legs out one more time. Just like that. We'll go ahead and give him a smooth shade and say, does that look all right? It looks fine. Again, everybody keeps asking me to do organic shapes. This is what you get. You want organic shapes, you get organic shapes. And I'm not going to stress this ball too much. We're going to pop this guy on up. I actually kind of realize the strength of an icosphere right now. It's not in the geometry, it's in the angle of the lines. So I think I actually understand why you would use an icosphere for the first time in my entire life. The one thing that I think we should do is we should grab this guy and throw on a subdivision just to make him a little bit more trim. Because the eye was looking a little bit weird in there. Boy, he looks weird. This looks a little strange, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to grab you and throw on a mirror modifier. We're going to call you Owl Body. We're going to call you Owl Eye. And now we're going to take that owl eye and we're going to mirror you along the owl body. And I called it bull body. I don't know why I did that. There we go. So we got 2 little guys right there. Let's make that little tiny beak. And it has a gross beak. One of those disgusting little claw beaks. First victory goes to I'm a Cup of Tea. Oh, are you guys playing chess right now? Sorry, I didn't realize chess was happening at this very moment. That was not what I thought was happening. I was wondering why you all were so quiet. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. I thought chess was going to happen on a different day. But this is fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop that on forward. We're going to go ahead and throw on some subdivisions. Just like that. Hit apply, hit smooth. I mentioned I played with T. Bam, someone I don't know that actually happens to be T. Discord messaged me with a chess link. Got it. What is this cartoon Owlboy from? I recognize him from something. The Amalgamations of My Mind. Oh my gosh, the sound effect is still in my library. Oh, it got re-added to my library because I redid my music collection. Oops, I gotta fix that again. I gotta just remove that. There we go. Oh no! He looks so goofy. You don't mention chess unless somebody wants to play with you? That makes sense. Oh no, the beak. Okay, we gotta sculpt this guy just a little bit more. The reference picture is Twilight Princess. He looks like a chocolate owl. He does look like a chocolate owl, and I don't love that, but it is the energy that we're pushing today. We're just going to take a little bit of time to sort of fix up some of these angles here. You know what? The ears, I think, are all right. I think the ears are all right. There we go. That's going to be him. Again, done. Okay. So that's my chocolate owl. I actually kind of think he looks fine. I don't know how I'm going to render the nodes on this guy, but everything else looks fine. Let's make some little legs. And owls actually have the coolest legs in the world. Fun fact, owl legs are the inspiration for my character design in the game that I'm working on. So whether that was intentional or not, that's how I have rendered my characters. The beak is small, and maybe that's what looks off. He is so cute, though. Yeah, but the beak on this guy is tiny. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get there. Also, I'm getting a little sniffly because my cat got fur all over me. She's kind of the fluffiest little baby. Quercy? What does Quercy mean? Also, why am I so dark? Why is my camera crazy dark all of a sudden? We're having a bad camera day. Can't be helped. Okay, let's go ahead and grab that and scooch this guy on up. And honestly, I'm just going to sculpt the legs while we're here. There's no reason not to sculpt the legs. There we go, and we're in. Quercy was the stump with tentacles? Oh yes, Quercy. Yes, you're right. little quirky. No, not that character. The quote unquote bad guys from my game. They're not actually bad guys, so it's kind of not a good thing to call them that. But the quote unquote bad guys are they have owl legs. And I'm quite fond of them, actually. Spruce Springsteen? Wow. You know what? Everybody here is just too funny. You all are just real class acts. You know that? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just make ourselves a little owl leg. So, how you make an owl leg is you take it and you go zoop, and you do a little bit of that, and you go like this one. We'll pose them later. I'm not going to worry about posing right now. Maybe I'll worry a little bit about posing right now. And the big cool thing about owls is they have a little tiny thumb that goes backwards. That's like the coolest thing ever. There he is. That's him. That is him right there. Okay? Nope. Don't cut it that much. Please come back again. Let's go ahead and pop this guy on up. We're just making a little chicken leg, basically. Now, the big thing about chicken legs is they're really stout right at the part that joins, and then they get skinny right afterwards. Okay, so that's kind of what we want. There we go. That is basically the look, and now we just got to make these guys work. And they currently do not work. Let's look from the top down. We can't. There we go. Okay, so we got ourselves what is effectively a little chicken leg. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. We'll say that looks about right there. Can you click that, please? Thank you. Okay, and we're looking about right. I'm going to say that is a fine-looking leg. It's not a good-looking leg, but it's a fine-looking leg. Are we comfortable with this as a leg? I come into here, I go into Object, we shade that smooth, we say that looks a little weird, and we throw on a subdivision and we say, sure. Looks okay. In fact, I might go one step further and try to pinch the toes a little bit. Like that. Kind of want it to be a kid's toy owl. Nope, that's not the original vision. We're not going to do that. Maybe next time. There'll be plenty more opportunities to make kids' toys and whatnot, but that's not today's vision. Okay, you know what? I'm going to say that's it. He's got one big toe. Now he does not have one big toe. This is fine. I'm not going to think more about it than this. That's it. Done. Chicken leg. Done. So now we pop him in and we go mirror modifier. Throw it on the owl body, which is O. Not the eyes, the body. There we go. And now we can grab it and just rotate it in just a little bit. That actually does not look terrible. He looks a little weird. Okay. He does look a little bit weird. That's my owl. Okay, so last thing you were saying is that I should make the beak a little bit bigger. I can agree with that. If it's a plushie, does it make an inorganic shape? Yes, it does. Because it's modeled after something, right? Okay, let's go ahead and copy that and bring this guy on down. There we go. Claws. Can't say I hate these claws. They look pretty good. And owl claws are always like super crazy looking. So can't be too mad at this. He's a cutie. He is kind of a cutie. He's also kind of like Uncanny Valley. This is a little bit closer to my old sketches for sure. I mean, it's a double model at the point. It's like a 3D render of a cloth render of an owl. You've said a lot of words. I like your funny words, Magic Man. I'm not good at impressions. You know, I've always wished that I was better at impressions. That's something I've always felt self-conscious about, is my impressions. I don't know why I'm not good at them either. But I like that little character quirk of mine. Look at that. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off the last little bit of this guy. That one will do. Just like that. Little claw. Look at him. Beautiful. Because you are true to yourself and to be an imitation of someone else. Wow. Someone is out here trying to make me feel real good about myself. There we go. Okay, so we want 180. There we go. And this is the raptor claw. This is the one that counts. This is the one that does all the work. There we go. Okay, I can live with this. That is not bad. I think generally all of your chat supports you and wants you to feel good about yourself. I totally agree with that. I don't know why I've been so lucky to have such a nice chat, but I definitely agree with that. I think it's been a good little run we've had so far. Can't be too upset at the way things have gone. There we go. We'll link all those, not link materials. We want to link modifiers. There we go. Okay, so we got an owl with all of their weird features. So now we're going to model it, and then we're going to put them in the scene, and then we're done. So, first things first, let's model the eyes. Black like a doll's eyes. So they're really, really reflective. Actually, they're not reflective. They have clear coat. Big difference. And they also have sheen. There we go. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, I needed a reminder. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so the beak is this weird pinkish color. We're going to call this beak claw. It's this weird pinky orange color. Right there. It has a texture that I don't love, but I think we're going to keep the texture regardless. I suppose it might be in my best interest just to remesh this. You know what? That'll do. You're not even going to see it from a distance. I don't love it. I would fix that if I had more time, but I don't have more time, and I don't care too much. It should be just fine. Okay, so this thing has to be a little bit more on the yellow side, like that right there. And it's got a little bit more color. It needs to have like a glassiness to it. It has some transmission, I think. Now that is way too much transmission. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That looks perfect. Maybe a little not as good as I want it to be, but pretty good. Pretty close. Wow, the beak looks strange. Okay, well, that's gonna have to do. Yeah, he's definitely a chubby little boy, for sure. Okay, so we got that, and then we're gonna grab you, and we're gonna link materials, and we're gonna hope that that is just perfect right away. If I get a 3D printer, I want a copy of the owl to print out. I'll gladly give you the opportunity to print this owl out. I will gladly bestow you that honor. Okay, so that is claws, body, everything is good. Now we want the legs. The legs are pink, but for the sake of being true to form, I'm gonna make them like that color. Because I want it to be a little bit more interesting. There we go. A little bit of leg, and now the legs got to have a bump to them. We're actually making good time all of a sudden. Now, this isn't a quality product, but we are making good time, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Legs. Legs of a bird. The leg of a bird. Leg of a bird feels like that to me with object, and we're going to grab the object and scale it, and we're going to use Z. Oh yeah, he's got to have his legs. Wake up in the morning, gotta have your legs. I don't go outside without my legs. And we're gonna use a saw to get that weird stippled look. Okay, we're gonna fabricate a saw using a color ramp because that doesn't look quite right to me. Okay. having trouble picturing this, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think those are the legs. I think that looks fine to me. They're not nearly as vibrant as I want them to be. And you know what? I've been talking with, I haven't been talking. I've been looking up stuff online about vibrancy, and a lot of people just say go for it. So I'm just going to go for it. There's no reason not to accept vibrant colors. So we got a vibrant color. And it's honestly pretty rough. Good amount of sheen, white sheen, specular, white specular. No. Specular, orange specular. There we go. Chicken legs. We have chicken legs. Okay, now let's do the body, and then we're done. And then we place them, and we're done. This one is difficult. So he's a spotted barn owl. That hair will not leave me alone. I think I get it, and then it comes back. Johnny, how you been? I'm getting attacked by hair right now, but I'm normally doing pretty good. Johnny, I'm doing great. You're seeing one of my worst sketches in a long time, but ultimately I'm doing a lot better as far as sketching goes, so feeling pretty good about it. How are you? How's game design stuff going? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna use a mix RGB. Looks good so far. You're great. It's good to hear. Art is a language of communication of an idea. Vibrancy helps bring the attention to the parts that you were trying to emphasize. Absolutely. Oh, Joe, thank you for the subscription. Wow. I love that. What true aggression that was. Okay, so I'm going to use texture coordinates with reflection to determine which of these we're using. One of them is going to be a noise. It's been 6 months. Yeah, it's crazy. Joe, you're wonderful. Thank you very much. Joe, I hope you're doing okay. I know you're busy a lot when we're chatting and stuff, but Joe, when we do get a chance to talk, I hope you're doing good. And Johnny Mercado, I'd love to hear about some game stuff if you got any game stuff going on. I think we'd all really like to hear stuff about that. Your stuff's always really interesting. Okay, let's use a Musgrave. A little squish fish. Let's do that and that. I'm not sure I understand what's happening. Let's apply scale, and hopefully we get something kind of... I think my brain might have officially turned off. What am I doing? What am I doing right now? What is this? Okay, so we're going to do that. What is happening? What am I doing? Tell you what, I'm going to make this guy, this noise texture, we're going to make like a brown. And like a brown. Because I want to try and see what I can do here. Okay, that looks insane. I think I like hit a wall. I think I've officially hit a wall. My brain just like was like, you're done. Like, give up. Stop doing this. All right, we're back. Focus. So we're going to grab our scale and up our scale a whole bunch. And we're trying to make a spotted owl. So the spots have white inside of them. So they're white inside. They are pretty dark brown on the outside. Okay, I see it. I know how to do it. I know how to do this. Here we go. We're gonna grab this, copy you, put you up, do that right there. This is going to be our mix. So we want... Which one's white? Which one is white? White is not the one we want. Black is the one that we want. Okay, so that is how that is going to look, right? Color me kind of confused about what I'm doing here. Oh, you're watching a man lose his mind live on the internet. It's me. I'm the one who's losing my mind. So white isn't the one that's showing? Yeah, okay. I don't get it. Okay, so... Folks, he didn't connect the nodes. He didn't connect the nodes. Oh, no. No wonder it wasn't working. Okay. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense now. So we're going to add like a bunch of random colors right here real quick. There we go. Now we got a little spotted owl. Let's make sure that the spots look like that. Kind of. And now we can grab this and maybe up that detail work a little bit. Spike that lachronicity out of this world. Sure, that's my spotted owl. Why not? And then now we have a noise filter that's going to go between a couple of different colors. We've done it. We've lost our mind. I've totally lost it. I do not understand what I'm doing anymore. Truly, I've lost my mind on this day. I'm not disappointed about it. I'm actually pretty stoked that I captured it live on camera. But here we are. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I think we have to be done. What is happening? We got a little spotted owl. You know what I should have done? What I should have done, now that I've taken a step back, now that I've admitted that I'm done, what I should have done, what I really should have done, is it would have worked a lot better if I did texture painting and painted on the white and used that to determine the factor here. That would have been the smart way to do this, but I kind of freaked out for a moment. So we'll just admit that I know how to do it correctly, but I didn't do it correctly. Whoa. So that's, you know, that's life. Okay, now I'm kind of questioning how we're going to make this work. No, we're just going to stick with mix. Huh. This is my very weird looking owl. Okay, cool. So I don't love the owl. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't love the way the owl looks. He's fine. You know what? I'm gonna make a really hard call, and the owl is not gonna show up in the main shot of this composition. I'm not gonna post the owl because I think that's a bad reflection of my work. But we will. I'll take a second photo and post that one on the Discord. You're dead to me? That's about the answer I was expecting to get. We just couldn't clutch out the owl. And that's okay. Sometimes you can't clutch out the owl. Nothing wrong with that. Owl or bust? I'll tell you what's about to bust. There we go. We got a little owl sitting on a tree. Just like that. There he is. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at this whole shot as is. So we got ourselves a tree with some mossy rocks and some water. We got our fancy little fruit. And we got a little... He looks so bad. Oh man, one of these days I'm gonna actually stop doing organic shapes on stream and you all are gonna just decompress. Or you're gonna blow up. But that has been the shot for the day. So, with that, I'm going to go fix my camera, figure out whatever the heck is going on with the camera. And I'll be back on Monday. And maybe something crazy is going to happen on Monday. No promises. But I have something I want to do on Monday, at the very least. So yeah, I'll see you all then. I'm going to go eat some food. Peace. Later.